Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. A very good morning to everyone. Myself, Lieutenant S. Soundarajan, moderator of the course. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome respected resource person, beloved principal, HODs, and faculty members of various departments, faculties and participants from various colleges from various states of India, Oman, Sri Lanka, and Thailand on the first day of international webinar on basic and extensive feature of Moodle 2020, jointly organized by PG and Research Department of Mathematics and Commerce, Raja today we have a hot topic which during this academic. I would like to share a comment written to explanation will flow from a well in the sand in proportion to the depth to which it is dug, and the knowledge will flow from a man in proportion to his learning. In these 3 days, put the implementation of effective e-learning through Moodle, and also present how the various facilities of Moodle are used by tutors to provide interactive and stimulative learning experience in providing higher education in various colleges. Now, I request Professor L. Sahaya Amalraj sir, convener of this webinar, to deliver welcome address.
Respected Principal, Dr. Nazir Ahmed, the resource person, dear faculty members, my colleagues, and all the participants, good morning to you all. I am happy to welcome you all for this 3 days international webinar on Moodle, conducted by the departments of Mathematics and Commerce of the Raja Duraisingam Government Arts College, Sivagangai, from 9th to 11th of July 2020. This program is aimed to give some basic and extensive ideas on Moodle to the faculty members, and it will help you a lot for handling online classes in this lockdown period and even afterwards. Conducting such programs is a usual way of the Raja Duraisingam Government Arts College, Sivagangai, taking the responsibility of higher education for benefiting the students' community in particular and the public in general. We have chosen the right person, Dr. Nazir Ahmed, Professor, Mathematics Section, Department of Information Technology, Nizwa College of Technology, Sultanate of Oman, as the resource person. I welcome him on behalf of all of us and all the participants. Also, I welcome the principal, all the participants from various states and countries, and my colleagues, and I request all the participants to use this program well and get benefited in an exemplary way. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our principal madam, Dr. P. Hemalata, to deliver presidential address. I request Nasir Ahmed sir to stop the presenting. Thanks.
The
Thank you, madam. Next, I would like to invite Dr. S. Senvanathan, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Commerce, to introduce resource person, Dr. A. Nasir Ahmed sir.
Thank you, Sondarajan sir. Really, it gives me a great joy and happiness to introduce our resourceful resource person, Dr. Nasir Ahmed. He is well known to me personally for more than 12 years. I know his progress and I know very well about his progress, particularly in the field of e-learning and learning management system. Basically, he is a mathematician, presently working in the Niswa College of Technology, Niswa, Sultan Oman. Dr. Nasir Ahmed received a PhD in mathematics from Baridasan University. Along with mathematics, he groomed his interest in different fields like software development, computer technology, information technology, even derivatives in the portfolio management. His area of interest is wide, and we can see a variety from his resources. And everywhere in the every field, he used to apply his mathematical knowledge in all aspects to make everything as a unique one. That uniqueness is evident while seeing his profile. All the participants might have seen his profile in the site itself. He is holding BA degree, PGDCA, and AME IE in computer science as his educational qualification. He published 16 research papers in reputed international journals, not only related to his specialization like graph theory, but age of innovative teaching and learning methodology, which adopts e-assessment for mathematics courses. He involved in various funded projects also, and also done the real-time project titled Paperless General Foundation Program mathematics courses in Nisba College of Technology. He is a reviewer of couple of international journals also. He is a member of different associations related to mathematics and FOSS, free and open source software. He is an expert in LaTeX, EXE, GeoGebra, and Moodle. He has been delivering several special lectures and conducted workshops in the higher education institution since 2010 related to the Moodle. He is a certified and well-versed expert in the LMS, Learning Management System, especially in the Moodle. For the teachers, during the academic year 2018-19, in his college, he has been awarded as Moodler, with the award as a Moodler. With the few words, I invite Dr. Nazir Ahmed to conduct this particular session because he is the main source behind this particular webinar, because most of the people asked us, is it possible to conduct a Moodle like program in a arts and science college, in a government arts and science college? We got confidence only because the resource person, only because of Dr. Nazir Ahmed. He is a backbone for this particular webinar. Even from the title he designed and he involved himself in by all means. 360-degree support is given by Dr. Nazir Ahmed. So on behalf of organizing committee, and I welcome Dr. Nazir Ahmed to take over the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
In addition, I also welcome Mr. Ranjit Kumar sir from Kerala and Dr. Nahid Mohammed from Oman for helping and guiding us during this webinar. Over to Nazir Ahmed sir.
First of all, I thank all the participants to be a part of this webinar. First, I start with the objective and aim of this webinar. Our aim is, even as an organizing team and the presenter, to design a course as a teacher in the web-based learning management system. So why we choose Moodle and what are the benefits? So you will understand this throughout these 3 days. At the end, you may start explaining others to why we adopted Moodle for our institutions. So I will briefly explain the need of Moodle, maximum 10-15 minutes. Then we will start completely the demonstrations. Why? Because we adopted the methodology for this complete webinar is about activity-based learning, flipped learning, blended learning. Hope you may cross these all terminologies in internet, because all of them are very new methodologies adopted, especially. So this is practical session completely. It is practical oriented. So hands-on session is required to explain you Moodle in each individual computers. I have to be there face to face in the labs to explain all these features and advantages of Moodle to you. But unfortunately, I'm here and you all in different places, and also the pandemic situation is there here. So that's why this is happening. These practical sessions are happening through webinar. So as the organizing team, the members are struggled a lot to just satisfy you all 940 people. You may see now around 150 here and some people around 100 there in two groups. Because of the limitation of Google Meet, the maximum participants 250. So we provided the link those who all registered for live. So from our side, we try to satisfy everybody. So that we provided the link to you all. And also we received some queries from you. Why this program is designed in such way? So I am the responsible person to answer the queries from the participants. There are many more. Organizing team already maybe answered you. So we have some list of queries which need to be shared with all of you. The first one, why we are having different ID and password for Moodle, Genomia and eMath. Lot of IDs and passwords, so it is lead confusion. Actually, you itself telling this is ID. So for identity, if you are a by person, you are coming and meeting me, then I may know you are participating in the lecture, even assessment and everything. Still, we are using ID cards in our college campuses. Even the physical presence is there, but it is a virtual meet. We are trying our best to give you the same equivalent or similar environment which you are having in real time, so that if you are coming for the college, you are having a ID card. For I'm telling about the real time scenario. If you are coming for the college, you have ID card. Based on the ID card, you are allowed inside the campus. If you are going for some exam, you have separate ID for examination. Along with this, you are going for examination. If you are going somewhere else to represent your campus or the college, then there itself they have providing you again a separate ID to allow you there in their campus. This is all a similar idea, similar situations in online. So we provided you a user ID and password in eMath learning. So we as an organizer, we adopted that particular domain for the e-assessment which we are going to provide to you, because we are planning this as a course for Moodle. More than a webinar, we try our best to give this as a course. Once you completed the course, you may feel you are an expert to create as a teacher the complete course through Moodle. So that we provided a separate user ID and password to log in this webinar assessment activities. Then why I have to create an account in Genomia? Why you fix this as mandatory? Yeah, of course, because I told you it's a practical session. It should be conducted in the lab. So you should have one computer for your own. Whatever the work you are doing, you have to be there. You have to be complete there in your domain. So Genomia account or Moodle Cloud account is the separate Moodle web page service provided by their cloud. So you are accessing their cloud for your own web page called Moodle. We can instruct you to install this in your device, in computer, in your home. It is possible, but still a lot of technical assistance is required. So most of the programs they conducted all around the world, first process is installing this Moodle, the open source, the best one of the learning management system in your device. So we all struggled. We are not technically strong to do that. So we all struggle in that point. Then we are just leaving it. We are not continuing what we observed in those lectures. So we feel it should not happen. So that's why we are just like renting the service of Genomia or Google Cloud at least throughout this webinar and next 10 days at least. If you are really interested, you can continue this forever, the Genomia account. So the service provided with unlimited uses in Genomia for ever, because it is running based on the advertisements. Then there, if you are not active for 30 days, then your account will be disabled. So these are the answers for the first question. Then what is the purpose of visiting emath.com? I already answered this. You are going to do the activities there which we are, through that we are measuring your presence. I will show you how we are observing your activeness in this webinar. It is not a lecture, it is not a presentation, so it is the demonstration. So completely it's like a practical course. You have to repeat the same what I am going to do for 1 hour 30 minutes in every day. You have to repeat the same in your web based Moodle platform, which you created for your own. So that it is mandatory to have it for your own. I will explain you just what are the limitations you have in other different platforms, those who are giving service, the Moodle service, why we request you to create your own. The difference you will feel maybe after 20 minutes. Then third one, which one is the better Moodle Cloud or Genomio? Both of them have different features. So we recommend Genomio. We are recommending Genomio to you. You may understand the difference. Some of you may have Moodle Cloud account, still we accepted it. It is a trial version. After 45 days, it may expire. So if you still really interested and if you want to continue, you have to come again with Genomio, or else you have to install the complete Moodle in your own computer or server. So this has to be done because Moodle Cloud is just for 45 days trial version. Then it's a very big question. Moodle versus Google Classroom, which is easy to use. Before looking at which is easy, we have to look which we have to start using it. Before you think easy or difficult, we have to think which LMS we have to select. Okay, it has a very big debate if we started talking this so directly. So I'm giving you indirect explanation. It's very simple. If you are planning to build an institution or simply you are planning to build a home, there are two service providers. One is telling the land is in my name. You can build your home. No issues at all, at free of cost. We are providing the land to you, but land is in our name. One more service provider, he is telling, we will register the land on your name, then you can build whatever you want. So once registration completed, the complete land authority is us. There is no relation between the service provider and to us. But the another service provider is telling you can do anything, it's free, but land is always in our name. It can't be transferred to your name. Simply, I will prefer who is transferring the authority to me, the proprietary rights to me, because so that at one point, if I don't want after building the home, I can sell it. If the land is not in my name, how can I sell it? The complete work, which the effort I took to build the home, it's for them. I can't sell it. I can't sell my work. So this is a very simple note. And as a software, you may understand everything. Every software have its own advantage and disadvantage. It has some limitations. It has more advantages. For example, because this is about Moodle, so I will state just two advantages. One is parental monitoring. It's not possible in Google Classroom. Here you can give the parental access. They can access this their kids complete progress through Moodle. The second one, the additional plugins like Android mobile, you can add any plugin. There are many more free plugins, something you have to pay. These are just you can add like Google Play application. So these two, I think enough to recommend Moodle. The very important recommendation for the institution. These two just I told you for the individual. If it is about institution, Google Classroom doesn't have the access to install in your server. It is cloud-based service provided by the Google. But Moodle, you can install in your own server. You can increase the number of users as per your requirement. This I feel because we are conducting this, we are the representative of the institutions which we belongs. So we are going to recommend this for the institutions. It's not about the personal use. It's not only limited with personal use. It is for the institution with any number of students. So it is highly recommended Moodle because you can install this in your own server for any number of users. You can install many more plugins which already available free. It is not possible there. So only these two features are recommending, highly recommending this LMS Moodle. There are many more. It's all under debate. Okay. So these are the questions I just answered and I just clarified. Even I included this in the session 1, why we using LMS and why we are using Moodle. So I think already I answered this. So we can consider this as session 1. So I will start the formal talk now. Okay, the final question. I forget it. So this is the question still I have to answer. Why you are giving more tasks every day? It gives me the feeling of it is possible for me to learn and practice Moodle. So no need to feel in such way. Already I mentioned that it is a practical course. It's not a lecture. It's not a seminar. Just to observe and you can gain the knowledge. It is not knowledge based. It is skill based. You have to improve your skill only by doing. I believe on these words. You have to do. You have to learn from your error and mistake. You have to learn from your peers. So that's why we plan to group you all as 3 and more people. We will offer you the list of participants as a student to you, and you will be the student for some other participant in the first day. Hope you already looked in the webinar site. So these are the answers. So you may feel very comfort. It is not an external activity you have to learn and you have to do. No, it is the activity which I am going to demonstrate to you in this presentation. The same you are going to do in your own Moodle site which you created. So that's why we restricted the assessment login only for those who already created a Moodle account for your own personally. We not yet shared the assessment user ID and password in eMath learning to all others. So once you provided your own Moodle user ID, URL, then we are offering you for the assessment. Okay, let me start it formally. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Shanbhaganathan. He's a mentor for me. He brought me in academic career. He interviewed me for the lecturer position very first in 2007. So from that point till now, I feel I just keep him in as a mentor. He is a very important role in my personal career also. Here, because of his initiative, this is actually one day program now become turned as a 6 hours webinar, and then in and around it is almost 5 days. So you are working one day before and one day after also to learn it. So it is around 5 days program. So our objective is we want to give something to you, even as a new or even if familiar with Moodle. Still we want to give something, some extent to elevate your knowledge in Moodle. Even you are new, so you have to learn something here. Even you are an expert already, still this webinar will give you the space to increase your understanding of Moodle features to some extent. So we want to cover everyone in this webinar. Then his team. So along this program is jointly organized by Department of Mathematics and Department of Commerce. So they work together to come up with this impossible event. They made it possible. In the day 1, as I already told you, we have only very simple activity. As just you can just travel and compare whatever I am telling with your real-time institution situation and scenario. Actually, if it is an institution, it's like a virtual institution. Moodle, the web page which you have, is a virtual institution you are building for your own. So if it is a virtual institution, then think about it, about the recruitment of teachers, admission for the students. So these are all the administrative work. You all experience that. You are also somewhere part of it nowadays in all the institutions. Then you can't tell admin work is not part of mine. I am a lecturer. So we all involved in admin work also. Then secondly, as a teacher, My role is as a teacher to teach, to design a course, frame a curriculum, even that is given by the university, or you are framing your own curriculum in some autonomous bodies. Still, you are directly or indirectly involved in the curriculum development and delivering the course content and this and that and everything as a teacher role. Then there are students in the institutions. It's a huge crowd, but still with limited knowledge, but still there are students. You are going, ultimately, they are our stakeholders. So you are going to provide your service to them only. So that in their view, how your institution is looking. So you have to look in that also, because their feedback is very mandatory. So you have to look in their view also. So these are the roles. These are the roles actually we are crossing in the institution, in the real-time institution. What I'm telling here, still the very important role is parent role also. Then assessments, there are many related activities in and around in the institutions. So you have to manage everything through a single platform. You may also feel we shared something through Google Form, but still now onwards, that 193 participants, those who responded so far, is managed through only eMath learning site. That is the Moodle platform. It's like institutions. You joined, that 193 participant joined as a student there to complete this course. This webinar is just supporting to complete that course. I hope I explained all the main objectives. The title we frame basic and extensive features of Moodle. So here you can learn a basic, at the same time there is something more to explore it. So it is not complete my thanking note if I'm not thanking the institution, Raja Durai Singham Government Arts College, the principal and all who are all allow us to do this in their banner. So I will thank them. The day zero activity. So I already answered the day zero activity, why we included there. So sign up process, I mean getting user ID and password for one particular service provider. So we all having Gmail account, because most of us we are using Android mobile phone. Even you have any different email IDs for your institutions, for some other service providers like Yahoo and something else, but still as an Android mobile users, to use the Google Play service, we all have a Gmail account. So that creating or sign up in some service provider is not new for us. So we as an organizing team don't want to waste this 20 to 30 minutes to explain you how to sign up in this particular genomia.com or Moodle Cloud, this and that. So that's why it is given as a pre-work, prerequisite for you to create and come up with your own website for Moodle. The reason behind this, why we recommended Genomia or Moodle Cloud, installation in your device is little harder. I'm still recommending that, but it is little harder. So once you started using Moodle, then you are familiar with it, then you can start installing the Moodle in your device. So it needs some server and the database. You need to configure both in your device to work fine with all its features and its plugins. So you need some extra knowledge in the server side network and the database management, so that we can't expect this from you all. So that's why it is already done. The very well structured environment is already done in the Moodle Cloud and Genomio, so that we are just accessing at free in those websites. So this is what we not recommended direct installation. We recommend you to go through Genomio and Moodle Cloud. Then we break this session. Almost we completed the session 1, why LMS and why Moodle. And I just answer some queries related to these all questions. Then session 2, course creation and teacher and student profile creation. So this course creation and student profile and teacher profile creation, as you know, it is the part of the work of admin. So the session 2, the next 30 minutes, so you should feel you as an admin for your institution. Don't think like a teacher, so it is not a part of our work, because in real time university is framing everything, the course design and on all, but our teacher role, just we are obeying the decision of the admin. But here the roles and responsibilities, we have to take the all roles as the administrator. We may not restrict ourselves to learn Moodle as a teacher. Somebody will frame this complete environment for your institutions. So if already it is done, then you can start your role with teacher. Even how much you can extend or enrich the whole environment, if you look this environment as an admin, then you can. Otherwise, if you are looking this whole environment as a teacher, your knowledge and your progress will be limited at some point. So I strongly recommend you to access or observe this complete Moodle environment as an admin. Then session 3, after creating the course, after creating the teacher role, after creating the student role, then we have to put the course content as a teacher. Second session as an admin, the third session is completely as a teacher. So as a teacher, you have to design a course because curriculum is given to you. So you have to design your course with all multimedia features. Then student enrollment for your course. So here you have to admit the student in your course. Administration also have the feature to do that, but still I will ask you to enroll the particular student which got the admission in your institution to your particular course. So I keep this as the teacher's responsibility here to enroll the particular student in your created course. So this only these 4 main tasks. Some around you will feel some additional activities also. So these are the main 4 activities we are going to complete for the next 1 hour. Okay, I'm keep on talking the role. So in real time, you can just map with this. I just stated admin as Mr. Ranjit Kumar. So he created this elearningmath.com and its courses, and he provides the service for us to create these assessment activities there in the website. So he has the role, he can access everyone's activities, he can add any teacher, he can add any number of students there. So his role is completely open without any limitations. He can add any plugins for our service. He can do anything without any limitations. So underline this word, he can do anything without any limitations. Even he can change the complete scenario in different setup with the same users. Then the role of manager. Admin role, he can, I said, manager role is similar with admin, but it's restricted for installation of the plugins and the complete the base structure. The manager are not allowed to change. So there is the limitation for manager. Remaining everything he can do. Then course creator. That course creator can create the courses, he can add the teachers, he can add the student, this and that, everything he can do, but he can't manage the course creators, and he is restricted with adding the plugins in Moodle. Then finally teacher. Now we are all teachers, so now I'm a teacher in this course. So as a teacher, I don't have any rights to change the course name or change this and that in the admin level privileges, not possible. But as a course teacher, you are all the students here. I can give instructions through this. I can design a course as per I want. So these all features as a teacher with the limitations what we are having in real time, the same limitations is there in the Moodle platform also. Nothing more. The limitations is nothing more. what in real time in institutions you all have the same limitations you have in the Moodle web page also. Okay, then there are two persons we included, non-editing teacher and non-editing teacher too. So I included Dr. Muhammad Nahid. He is managing another one group along with us. He's
Excuse me, sir.
yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, put it in the full screen mode, sir.
I think actually there is nothing, sir. Even I can keep it in full mode. This font size is same, sir. There is no difference.
No, the screen is not fully covered. That's only the one part is getting thing. That's the reason. Full screen mode if possible. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So here, non-editing teacher. So the non-editing teacher role is he can't edit any course content, he can't design any curriculum design or nothing, but he can manage the student with already created content. So then finally, the moderator of this session. These all roles already defined in Moodle. But the moderator, there is no definition for the moderator. But here nowadays in webinar session, there is a moderator. He is controlling and managing the people in the chat box, adding and deleting. So such management in this course, because in this course includes the webinar. So there is one extra role we created our own as a moderator. This is possible in Moodle. We are not stick on only with the roles already available in Moodle. So you can create for you one more role based on your requirement and based on your institution's requirement. So that's why purposely I put the moderator role also here. You can add any role as you can define the limitations for those roles. Then finally student have a lot of limitations. So student can access the course which created by the tutor. So student access the activities and resources which are available for the student. Teacher can restrict those all activities and the resources for them itself. If they allow to view, then only student can view it. So that's all. In addition, guest, parent. So there are many additional roles also already defined in Moodle. So mainly here now, you all as a student for this course, I am a teacher for this course. So but still there are many more people around us to make this environment happen. As I told you, session 1 already we are at the end. So now session 2, course creation and student profile. So I am explaining these all because as a admin privilege also I have in eMath learning. So that's why I'm taking emathlearning.com as my Moodle web page. So you all created for your own. So just you have to repeat the same activity what I'm going to do for the next 1 hour in your Moodle page which you created. The first process we are doing, create the course. So once you logged in as an admin user, so then you will get the screen like this. So the theme is different here. You can change any theme like you are changing the theme in mobile. So for Moodle also there are free theme providers are there. So you can change the theme just by installing the additional plugin. So which is possible in your site which you created. Sorry, which is not possible in your site which you created because Genomia and Moodle Cloud, they are service providers. They are not allowing you to change the theme and they are not allowing you to install any additional plugin. It's not allowed. So if you want to experience these features, so then you have to install the Moodle in your computer or in your server to explore these all. So now as an admin, even I just click the site administration. So then here in advanced features, I have the option courses. In courses, I'm managing the courses, and here there are two main buttons here: create a new category and create a new course. So this is a group of courses. You can keep it in one folder. It's like category. Here you can understand as a folder what you are doing in the computer. Category just mapped with the folder. I'm going to state this category term as a folder because we are familiar with the term folder. So I'm creating a folder here: India, Women and Miscellaneous. So from this folder, any one of the folder your course you can add your course here. So we added already the course basic and extensive feature of Moodle here. Dear participants, please don't click presents because some of you presented, so then my presentation will not be visible for anybody. There is no role of clicking the present. Please, I request you again, don't start presenting your screen. Please, it will interrupt the flow also. Thank you very much. Okay, create a new course in already created a folder. So in the beginning, if you looked it, you have only the miscellaneous folder in your domain page. So then create a new course. Just click. I'm giving the course name. You can see in Moodle, in everywhere, it is very user friendly to learn. There is the help option. Just by moving your cursor there in the question mark, it will tell you what you have to do with this box. So help with course full name. So they ask you to enter the course full name. Then if this red mark is there, it is required. This cell is mandatory to fill. If it is not there, then optional. Throughout this Moodle environment, you can see these two symbols. The question mark, it is helping you what you have to do in the respective cells. This red mark is stating you this cell is mandatory to fill. It's like all like a form filling. So then I am just creating one course to test. So test course, short name you have to give. You have to remember this also. Just I make it TC, test course. The category I told you already created folder will be listed here. You can keep any one of them. The default is miscellaneous. Then course start date, end date, these are all optional. So the optional things I will get you learn by yourself. If it is anything mandatory, then I'm just explaining you only those parts. If something optional, then you can explore in your Moodle page by your own. So course name and course short name is mandatory. Then course ID number, I am preferring this to identify. Descriptions about the course, if you want, you can give. If you want to add the image, you can add. So these all adding image and other things we will explain you in the next sessions. So at present, just by the name of test course, we created one course. That's it. So then course format, appearance, these and all is not part of mandatory things. These are optional. Some default setup is already there. So first thing, we are not concentrating more on those all updations. So whatever mandatory, so we have to stick on with those mandatory part. So once we completed, then you can explore yourself because you have your own platform to explore. There is nothing going to affect. You can just this and that you can change and you can look how the course is appearing for you. So now at present, the mandatory part is just you are naming your course. That's it. Remaining all default setup, we are going. Okay, now the course is created here. Test course. The first part is completed. The test course is created now. So whoever the teacher is accessing here, if you are admitting those teacher included this test course, then they are able to add the content for this course. So the next part, you need a teacher recruitment. It means the teacher profile you have to create as an admin. So you need a user. The user is a teacher. Then again, site administration. in site administration, you have the option for users. Click user. So here in this user accounts, you are going to add the teacher as well as the student because you are admin. So you have to recruit the teacher as well as you have to admit the student also, both. So first thing, we will add the teacher. So it is a single teacher. I am explaining how to add a new user. Username. So I'm giving the dummy names, but you can give your own real data because even you are an admin, already you have a user ID and password. Here again, for the teacher role, again you need to have a user ID and password. It's not mandatory. Still, from the admin role, you can switch to the teacher role. But as a teacher, how the environment, the Moodle environment is looking for you, you have to understand, because if your institution is providing this service to you, then you doesn't have any admin role. Your role is only restricted with teacher. So in that case, as a teacher, the environment you should be very familiar to explore much more its features of Moodle. So that's why it is strongly recommended you to create your own profile as a teacher in your Moodle page. So just it's a test teacher. Manual account creation, then password. You may read this. It is very clear instructions in everywhere. It will be available in Moodle because what you have to do in that particular page, they will explain you. But the password is optional. The participant, they can frame their own password. But still, as an admin, I want to know the password of the student, password of the user in my Moodle page. So I am framing the password. It should contain, just I want to view this, special character, capital letter, small letter, and number. So all of them should be there in this password. So I made a capital N and at symbol I used, and numerals and small letters also. So I created a password. Even these all optional, still I am asking you to keep these all. Now the mandatory part, the first name. Paste is the first name, surname is the second name or the last name, teacher, the first name and the surname I entered. Then email address is mandatory. Then remaining everything is optional, the time zone and all, the city. So still if you want to give the input, you can. Otherwise, so these all the very basic data required for the creation of any user profile in Moodle. If you want to add the picture of the student as an admin or as a teacher, it is not our responsibility. The profile updation is there in the next session. So now as an admin, I am adding their first name, second name, and email ID. So these three are mandatory fields. So I inserted. I recommend you that to include the username and password from your side to monitor them. Then create a user. So this email ID already registered for one email ID, one account only. So I will provide some dummy email. You are recommended to provide the valid email ID so that you will receive an email from the Moodle service. So whatever the updates provided by the admin, the teacher can receive an email. If teacher is doing, then student will receive an email. So in such way, this network is working. So I recommend you to provide the valid Gmail ID. Okay, now the user ID is created for teacher. Just I created the user ID. So far, I am not assigning any role for the particular user. I want to include them in the particular course as a teacher. So I'm going through course. in the particular course is there in the folder miscellaneous. Then I selected the course, test course. View the course. Then you have the option for participants. I hope you can view this. In the right side in navigation bar, you have the option for participants. Click the participant. Then you want to enroll the user in this particular course. Just keep this in mind. Now you are an admin. So you can enroll the participant for this course as a manager, as a teacher, as a non-editing teacher, as a student. If the same thing, if you log in as a teacher, then you are able to add a user as a non-editing teacher and student. Non-editing teacher doesn't have any role regarding this, and student also doesn't have. But manager can add teachers also. Even manager can create the course creators. So course creators I didn't include in this uh, Moodle page as any role. So that's why it is showing only these 4 roles. In this Moodle page, which we created as e-math learning, only these 4 roles defined as an admin. So admin, manager, teacher, non-editing teacher, and student. As I told you, you can define many more, you can enable many more, you can customize these all roles also. So now I am adding this particular user as a teacher. Who is the user? Test teacher. If you just type the first 2 letters or 3 letters, it will list down all the users name. So you have to select the particular user to include them in this course. So now I just select the test teacher, and his or her email ID also available. Along with this, you can verify and enroll the particular user here. So now in this course, I enroll a test teacher as a teacher role. You can see the role here as a test teacher role. Then no groups assigned. So this will I explain later. So at present, you created a course, you created a user profile. That user profile you include in the particular course as a teacher. That's it. Now again, I'm going back to create the student profile. So I am going to create 3 students in the same way. There is nothing, there is no difference for the user profile creation from the admin, because you are creating the user profile in the same way. So you can follow the same procedure. Then adding them here, while adding them here or while enrolling them here, you have to select student. That's all. It is better I will create one more, I think. Again, I'm repeating the same process for user profile creation. I click site administration, then users, then accounts. In accounts, add a new user. Username, it is a test student. So I'm creating the username test student. Then the password also just I'm adding. Then the mandatory field, the first name test, second name student, then the email address. These 3 fields are mandatory. Email address can be with any domain. There is no issues with that email ID. You can even give, if there is no email ID, still you can give a dummy email ID. If it is valid email ID, you will receive an email from the teacher, from the admin as a student. If it is invalid, then you will not get the email. That's it. There is no difference. But this field is mandatory. So you have to provide at least a dummy email ID. So these 3 fields are mandatory. Again, I'm telling first name, surname, and email address. So then I create a user. So I not included a one alphanumeric character. So that's why it is not. You can see it here. There is no alphanumeric character included. So it is not accepting this password. So I'm editing this and I put @ symbol, the alphanumeric character. Now user created. Okay, now again I'm repeating the same process. I'm going to include the particular profile as a student in the same course. It should be done. It could be done as an admin, but I request you to do this as a teacher. Okay, so now here we did to understand the limitation. Admin can do for teacher, admin can do for student, admin can do for anybody. Any user he can include assign any role. But teacher have the limitations to assign teacher. So that's I want to show you. So teacher can enroll the particular student in the course as a student. So this is I want to demonstrate to you. So that's why I'm not repeating the same process here. I'm going to repeat this as a teacher role there. Okay, now we completed the admin part of creating a course and creating a teacher profile and creating a student profile and then assigning the particular teacher for the particular course. So this is also the responsibility of the admin. So you have to do these three things first in your Moodle page. So this is the first part of the session 2. Then I logged out as admin. For the same environment, I am logging in as a teacher. I hope now you can understand why several logins are there. When we finish this webinar, at the point you may very clear about it, why many logins, many user ID and many passwords. As in real time, you have a different roles. Even you are a teacher, but you have the additional role as administrative staff there in your college. The similar nature. So now this admin added me in the 2 courses. While we checked there are several courses, but still now I logged in as a teacher. My limitations to access only 2 courses, not all. So these all environment are purposely done to educate you all what are the limitations for the teacher. So now myself, I am not able to add myself as a teacher in any course, not possible. So I am added only in these 2 courses as a teacher by the admin. So now this is the actual course, basic and extensive features of Moodle. I can click this to enter into the course. So this is the course page. Some of you already have access. So you already accessed. So as a teacher, I already enrolled 192 students in this course. Now this new student is added there. By the instruction of the admin, I have to add the particular new student again in this course. So I'm going to do that. So how we are doing this? Here you have to look for this course DEFM, that is I told you basic math extensive feature. The first thing, from the dashboard you selected the course, then there is the option for the course management. So here in navigation bar you can look it. If you already experienced, if you already logged in this page, you may not see or you may not view this day 1, day 2 content and day 3, day 4 even the content of these topics. So the course page is designed and it is given as a topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. So you can design as you wish. So here I designed this as day 0 activity and day 1, day 2, day 3 like that. But I hide all other activities as a teacher. I showed only the day 0 activity to do as a student for you. I allow you to do the day 0 activity as a student for you. So this is the hidden topics, but still it is possible to view by me as a teacher. Just I want to show this to you. So task 0 given here, then day 1 the content is given here, but still it is stated hidden from student. You can see this hidden from student. I hide it purposely because if you completed the first day activities, then I will do it. Otherwise, the purpose is if something I not yet completed in the content, still I am working on it. So while I am working, I don't want to show that to the students. Whichever completed work, only those part I want to show this to the students. So that is the reason I just hide it. So whenever I'm creating an activity, I'm including the resource, I'm developing a topic. At the time, I just hide it and I'm doing the complete preparation. After the completion, then I am just unhiding it for the students. So this is the practice we actually have. I am strongly recommending this to you also. So now, so this is day 2 and day 3. Now still contents are not added, hidden from the student. Those who already logged in and viewed, you are not able to view these all. Okay, now my role is as a teacher. As a teacher, again, I'm looking in the course administration. So previously you access this as site administration. Site administration is for the admin person, admin user. Course administration is for the teacher. So the course administration navigation bar, you can find users. So click users. Then enrolled users and enrollment method. So enrolled users, I am clicking. You can already these students all enrolled. Their roles all students. They already enrolled in different two groups as per the request provided by you live and site. So you are ready to learn this Moodle through live. So to classify you all, we made it two classification here, live and site, to identify which group you belongs, what are the activities we are giving, how you responded. So it is for my convenience I made these groups live and site. Now there is the option for enroll users, the same option which you already explored there as a admin. Now I am clicking this enroll user. Here I am searching the particular student by his first name, test student. Already just I typed the 3 letters, it is listing me 2 users, test student and test teachers. As a teacher we know which student we have to enroll. So test student is the particular student. I select his ID just by click. Then default role to assign a student. See here now, as an admin, you looked manager, teacher, non-editing teacher and student. But now I logged in as a teacher, I just have the option to add non-editing teacher and student only. If you want to add non-editing teacher, still you have to request the admin to create the user profile. Then you can add the particular person or user as a non-editing teacher. These are the limitations. You are not allowed to create the user profile. You are not allowed as a teacher to create the user profile. But as the admin, you can create the any user profile. Then the teacher can add them in the respective courses as a non-editing teacher or the student. So now this is the student profile. So I just add this test student as a student. Then I enroll this user. Now the particular student is added. You can notice the change. Previously 197 participant, now it is 198. I looked it, okay, it happens. This enrollment done. I hope we completed this session for 30 minutes. I just again brief you. So what we did, we logged in as admin. In the admin, we created a course in the particular folder miscellaneous. Then we created a user profile and we assigned the user profile as a teacher role for the particular course. Then we create one more profile as a student. Then I logged out. Then I rejoined as a teacher again and I access the course which I want to include the created student profile. I want to enroll the particular student profile here in this course. I did it in the same process which I did as an admin. The enroll user, I clicked. In the enroll user, it is very simple. In enroll user, I'm just typing the first 3 or 2 letters. Then it is listing all the possible user IDs which mapping with this. So if I type AB, there is no suggestion. If I type with even A, that is started listing. If I type D, so this like this, we can just start typing the IDs. So which shows only, you can see, which shows only for those who not already added. If they already added, their names are not in the list. So these are the features I'm telling. So here, Dr. A. Abdul Rahim. This is the first name, first student added here. But here I just typed D. The name is not listed. You can understand the features. So just by your experience, you may understand the advantages and features, hidden advantages and hidden features. Okay, we completed this session with the course creation and teacher profile creation and user profile creation. As a teacher role, you included the particular student in your course. We completed this. Now, I already posted a message. You can simultaneously post your queries or something in the chat box. So my friend is there. He will respond you there in the chat box.
Nasir, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I interrupt for 1 minute?
Yes, sir, please.
Sir, participants are feeling that you are going little bit fast. So kindly go little slow, and wherever you are doing some work, give some minutes for participants to for their work.
Okay,
It's
sir,
a
fine.
request from participants.
Okay,
Thank
sir,
you.
fine, sir,
Thank you.
fine. Sir. Soundar sir, you can interrupt at any time. So interrupt and just guide me, because I am not looking the chat box, frankly speaking. So you can interrupt and you can guide me to support the participants.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, sir, please.
As I stated you in session 3, the content creation of the course which the admin created already. Now again I am going start with the dashboard. So in the dashboard, there is the option to access my course, which I already enrolled as a teacher. So I enrolled as a teacher in 2 courses. You can access the course from this icon also. I access the course basic and extensive feature of Moodle, which I am going to design. First, to edit this page, this now at present it is non-editable page. To edit this page, you have the option called settings. If you click here, it is like an icon given here. Maybe in your page there is the option called edit settings. So click edit settings. Then the second option, turn editing on. So this will allow you to edit this complete web page. So first thing, you have to select this and click the second option, turn editing on. So once you click this, the complete page will appear with more edit options. You can see it here. The first thing, edit, again edit. So every tab and every topic you can edit. So you can notice this here, activity, add an activity or resources. This is also added here. So the previous page doesn't have anything like this. It is the appearance given to you as a student without an editing option. As a teacher, I can edit this complete page. Even the look of this page also allowed to me to edit. So what I am telling, the right side blocks, I keep the calendar here. Then in the navigation box here, then administration, course administration here. Then I kept online users. These are called blocks. So these blocks, I am just keeping this for my convenience, as per my convenience. There are many different blocks are there. For my convenience, whatever the blocks needed for my course, I can add in the right side. So online users I added so that I can view how many users my students are logged in for last 5 minutes. So this is what. So then the tag just I want to show you different blocks you can add it here. So at the end of the block, you have the option to add a block. If you click this, there are many different blocks available. You can list down any of them here in this right side of your course page. So I added just few. In the beginning, you don't have anything. So you also not able to find all the blocks in your page because this live mood communication, for example, this live mood communication is giving you the live streaming in your Moodle page. I added this block extra by installing the plugin, but in your pages it is not possible. So this is the limitation I am telling. So this server environment is allowing me to install the plugins, but you hire the server service from the Genomio or Moodle Cloud so that they are not allowing you to add any plugin to change this environment. So here is one of the example live mood communication I added here for live streaming, give the live streaming lectures through this Moodle page. So this block you are not able to add in your Moodle page. So this is what I want to share as an example with you, the limitations which you have in your Moodle page. So these are blocks, whichever you want, you can test it. I'm not going to cover any of the blocks here in our lecture. These are all additional features, so you can explore by your own. I added some few blocks. You can add your own based on your own view of designing this course. Okay, come to the edit option. Okay, the first thing you can explore, I recommend you to explore just by clicking all edit options in your Moodle page. The first thing you can add here, if you click the edit option, it is about the edit section. In the top, just I pasted welcome note. If I click this edit section, okay, you will get the page like this. In this page, you can see one box like it mentioned a summary here. You can see this box throughout the Moodle environment. This is Auto Text Editor, ATTO. This Auto Text Editor is more than a word. I can't compare this to the Word. So whatever you are actually doing in Word, with academic need, you can do everything here also. You can't change the font. It could be changed only by the admin there because as you know, there are limitations. I don't want to go into these all limitations. I just explain you what you can do, how it is more than a word. I can state this. If you click this, then you have the required features to design your text content and also to give any link, and then here insert a picture, then insert audio or video, then the voice note, recorded audio voice note you can add, then record video. So directly you can add the audio and you can record the video directly in this environment. These two options, so this single option is given here for the already recorded audio and video. Then manage the files which you are including here in this page. Then H5P, it is a very advanced option. It is available from Moodle 3.8 onward. So now the present Moodle version is 3.9. So it means it's very advanced feature. You can even design a game with like just a form filling. Even you can design a game for your course. So these are very advanced. We are not going to touch these all, but adding a text content, first thing, I delete this image which I included. Now it is a blank page. If you click this, then you will also get the blank page. Okay, now it's a blank page started. So section name, it is not mandatory. If it is not clicked this custom, then the default is general will appear there. I made it custom for this test section. what I'm explaining here is same throughout this Moodle environment. In everywhere you have the box and you have this text editor, rich text editor. I mean that auto text editor. So you can do anything for the content development, this environment. So now observe this, whatever we are going to do here is we are going to add the text, image, then audio or video, then we could embed the YouTube link. So these all we will practice here to do in the next 10 minutes. So first thing, typing a text. So in the default, the cursor is in center, make it left align just by click this. It is like working in a Word. So most of you already worked in Word. So it is with limited features. It is not containing all the features of Word with the limited features. So it's a test content. Just simply I am typing. Now, if you want to change the font size, it is the topic. These are heading like that. This test content, I want to make it as heading. Then select, then change the heading large or medium. So only it is limited. You can't change the font size very big or small. It is possible through HTML editor, but still it is not recommended. Maybe you may understand why. It is a web interface. So in website, all the fonts are similar or look same. The heading size all same. Only limited features to change the font size. The paragraph is the usual font size and the text available in the web interfaces. Okay, I just started the test content. So it is very simple, just copy paste. I'm just doing copy paste. The shortcut keys all same what you are actually using in Word. So nothing more. So I am copy pasting. Still, if you want to keep this as center aligned for the all the content, just by click left align, right align. If you want to put the bulletin or the numeral enumeration you want to do, you can. Just as a sample, I will just do you. If I want to keep this as 1, 2, 3, just I am doing. So this all just the working environment similar like Moodle. So no extra effort here is required. Okay, now in the first option, the website, because that website is open for me, the website of this webinar. I want the link to be embedded with this text, website of this webinar. So I selected the whole text just by click. It is allowing me to enter a URL or browse from the repository to redirect this particular text by just clicking. So I'm creating just a link. You already most of you did in Word also. In everywhere it is possible to link the particular document or particular web page by through URL. So now here I have the web page URL for this webinar site. I just copied from the browser tab. Then I paste it here. Here there is an option. If the student click the particular website for webinar, then it should open in a new window or in the same window. So this is the option. So in default, it will open in the same window. If you click this, open in a new window, then after creating a link, it will open in the new window. So I prefer to keep this in the same window, the default setup. Now the link is created. You can see the difference of the font size. The normal font is looking in a black text, but if the font with link, it is in blue. So I can simply instruct the student to observe. If you have anywhere the blue font, it means there is some link is given to you to learn about the particular word, or there is a link given there to redirect you to some page of the website. So you can access just by clicking. It's like a game. So the environment throughout this Moodle page, they have many places this blue text you can see in this course page or in this complete Moodle page. Normal text, it is just for observation. This blue text, you can click, it will redirect to you to somewhere. It may be either a website, it may be another page in the same Moodle environment, it may be an activity link in the same course page, or it may be the link for the another course which you already have. Maybe we are included, we may include it in more than one course. So here simply, if the text is in blue, this is the information as a teacher for the student. If the text is in blue, it means as a teacher, I want to tell you through this particular word to redirect you to somewhere to learn something. So just explore this just by clicking. So this is my request. If you want to remove the link which you provided, here there is the unlink option. Just click, it will unlink. Now the font with normal color, it means there is no link added with this. Now if I want to add some image, if you click this, then again it is possible through URL. If the URL is not there with you for the image, then browse repositories, check how many repositories are available and embedded in Moodle. Upload a file from the working computer or working device. URL downloader. So provide files inside the Moodle. If you look this Moodle icon in front, it means it is there in the server. In the Moodle server file, which is kept by the admin, the recent file which you accessed, and the private files which you have in your own for the Moodle server, same. So these are the three difference. So where you keep your file, then the Wikimedia, the open source, to learn more content based. So you can just choose the Wikimedia link also. But these all are additional features. The default is upload a file from the computer. So it is common and mandatory for all of us to know. Just it is a default option is upload a file, choose a file by just clicking this choose button. So it is opening my folder. This process you all already experienced at least once. So now here I am selecting the required folder which I could find the image. So I am adding as an sample one of the image. The file is added h6.jpg. Then upload the file. I just keep all the default setup. If you want to change, you can change it. You can save this as a in another name also. There is an option in the server. The author name, you can change it. The license, you can change it. So if you want, you can do that. Otherwise, no need. Okay, this is the image which I included. The size of the image here given in pixel 508 and 317. You are designing the course for not only for website, the student can access this course in mobile also. I just always prefer this 600 and less. That will give you the good appearance in the mobile also. If you keep more than 600, then the mobile screen is not compatible to show the images with more than 600 pixels. So this is the recommendation, because we are going to add many more images in our course page, obviously. Now this description not necessary, you have to click, otherwise it will not save. I will show you. I didn't check this button. I'm not also giving this description for this image. I try to save the image. It will not save. Images must have a description except if the description is marked as not necessary. So if I click this, then if I save this, then now inserted. Previously I did the same process, but the image is not inserted. Now just by selecting the image, check the box. I don't want to give any description. So then you can save the image. If you want to give any description, you can just type it. I will repeat the process same. I want to include the image in the top of this content. I click the insert image. Then I click the browse repositories. Then uploading a file by choosing one image from my computer. I just click choose file. I just searching the required file. H6 is the required file for me to include. I selected and I click open. Now I choose the file h6.jpg. Then I upload this file. Already the same file is uploaded. It's asking whether overwrite or rename the file. It is your wish. So I just want to overwrite to manage the space in the server. If I rename it, then the same image is there in two different names. There is no sense on it. So just I overwrite the same image. As I told you, this is the dimension given in pixel. I give some description here. This is result of exam. Then I save the image. It is included. You may experience that previously it was not included. Now just I type the description, then simply it included. I included the image. Then some video or audio I have to include. The same process. I am clicking this. If you are including something by URL link, then go with the URL link. I hope we are all familiar with YouTube URL links. So just if you are looking on YouTube video in the browser, you can copy and paste the URL link which you want to keep it here. Video. Embedding the YouTube video is different from keeping the URL link. So you have to understand the difference. I will explain you at the time we embed the video of YouTube. So then the URL of your video. If the URLs are not available, if the recorded video is there in your computer, then again same process. Browse the repository. Again choose a file. Search for the particular video file. I think I have a video files here. Maybe too huge. Okay, we will make it this video to include. So I included a video from my computer, just similar like I included the image. I selected the video file, then update this file. It will take time based on the size of your video. This video is huge size, so it may take some few minutes. Again, I am telling you, it is based on the file size of the video. So better, we will recommend you to keep the short videos always. It is very friendly for the students to view the videos. I mean, more than 5 minutes, we are not even as a teacher not ready to look the learning videos. So what about the students? So we have to create our own videos and we can share through Moodle page for the users. Hope you understand. So I don't want to waste the time here. to show you. The process is similar. Just I'm closing this window. Just what we did for file, the same for video and for audio also. Just you are clicking this browse repositories, then you are choosing the file from the folder. That's it, nothing more. The process is same for the file and for the audio and for the video. So for all the three icons, for all the three files, you have the icons here. Now recording a voice directly. If you click this, your browser offers limited or no support for WebRTC technologies yet and cannot be used with this plugin. Please switch or upgrade your browser. So it asked me to upgrade my browser so that this WebRTC or some plugins has to be enabled. I'm not going to demonstrate this to you, and you also not able to do this in your page because it needs the configuration in the admin side and in the server. It needs a configuration. If you are installed already with your device, then it is possible to directly record this audio. At present, my audio I am sharing with two group of people in two different devices. So if I just do this now, it will interrupt our flow of the webinar. The voice you will not get. So that's why I'm not doing this. But you should try this in your Moodle page to record the audio directly from the Genomio account or the Moodle Cloud account. You can try this, and also the video also, because I am sharing the screen to two different devices, two different group of people. So technically, I hope you understand, I'm not able to demonstrate these two features. Already I told you these two are very high-end features. So first we will complete the all the basic features, then we will move to the high-end at the end of this webinar on the third day. So in this, I demonstrated you, and I also request you to do the activity in your page. Add the text content, do the alignments left, right, middle, and this underline, this strike through the content. So this all, whatever the icons is available for you, bold, italic. So these all features, whichever available in front of you as a button, just explore it to know the features, how it is behaving, and then include a link. At least we prefer one or two links in your uh, course content. Not only in the course content, throughout the course page. Throughout the course page, just add the more links, because as a student I don't have enough, uh, how can I say, we can give the user friendly environment for the student. So that's why I don't want to demotivate the student performance, but still we have to provide the links so that the student have to redirected to the right content. In internet there are many huge contents with mistakes also there. As a tutor, the opt content for the particular term you have to connect. So this we are requesting you to not only just type the course content, provide at least 2-3 links in your course content when you develop your course page. Then images, and then audio and video. Okay, you are requested, even it is in the activity, you have to include one image at least, and one audio file, and then one video file. So these three. So now again I'm repeating the same. This is the activity, it's listed there. Still I am explaining. In this content, you have to take all the possible icons which appear here, then type the text content, and then include the image. Then hyperlink should be given for at least 2 or 3 words. Then include the audio and video, and try this as optional to record your audio directly and record the video from the computer webcam directly. So these are all the recommendations. Last two is the recommendation, but remaining all are mandated. Okay, now I included the content. Save the changes. Okay, now changes saved. So previously you looked here, there is a welcome note. But now, whatever the changes I did, test section, it's changed, and then image which I included, then the text content which I posted there in the top of the section. So this is the first part. Then there are 3 feedback activity is added here. Before entering into this, I will just tell you only 2 categories here to add in the course. One is activity and another one is resource. I don't feel anything extra is required. So Moodle classifies all the related contents as well as the activities, assessments all together in these 2 domain. One is resource and another one is activity. So just I will show you, this is our tomorrow task, but still I will just show you what are the activities firstly available. It is not limited. You can add any number of plugins for the activity. So in default, assignment and quiz. So these only 2 activities we are going to explain here in our webinar. Only 2 activities, and this forum. Third one is forum. So remaining all I am not going to explain here. So you can explore by yourself with, because we designed the course in that way. We are just mapping our real-time activities with this virtual activity. So whatever the activity at present we have as an assessment in our course, in our institution, these all can be done through this quiz and assignment. Only these 2 activities enough to cover the real-time activities. So we will explain these all in tomorrow's session. This forum. First thing, I am adding the forum. The forum name, I already showed you 3 forums there. So this is the way to add the forum. Only forum name is mandatory. You can see the red icon here. Only forum name is mandatory. Remaining everything is optional. Standard forum for general use. How much different forums are there? What are the restrictions? You no need to do any restrictions. So in the default is standard forum for general use. It means the student, they can reply, they can post the question on the forum so that you will get the response through email. Otherwise, if you log in here, you should respond for their questions posted there. So here I included each person post one discussion. So it means you have to at least post one forum discussion. You have to initiate at least one forum discussion. It is the one another activity given here. Then question and answer forum. It is not restricted, but still I am recommending you to post for the next 3 days whatever the queries you have. You can post the question there. We are 3, myself and Mr. Ranjit and Dr. Nahid. We all 3, as a teacher, we will answer your all queries. No need to send any email to us. So just post your question in the question and answer forum. We are 3 will answer even as early as possible. Then standard forum for general use. So this is the general use. I can say you can just post your announcements. So that's why the standard forum for general use is in default. Always the first one is just for the announcement. So I already created it. So you can try all the 3 and you can just explore the restrictions given here. So we will come one by one in the next level of sessions. First thing, create 3 different forum activity. Because it's a virtual learning environment, forum activity is mandatory. So here in the announcement, hope you all already logged in and you can look the announcement. In the announcement, whatever I want to share with the student, I'm just posting here. I just share one welcome message for a particular group A, and I posted one welcome note for the all participants. I don't mention the group in such way. So add a new topic, click add a new topic if you want to give any announcement for the student. But as a student, you are not able to put any topic here because it is an announcement. As a student, you are not allowed to respond here. Just you can observe the announcement of the teacher in this page. So you can add a topic. So complete. It is about task 0. Here in this page, complete the quiz 0 within due time. So this is the message I given in announcement to the student. In task 0, I ask the students to complete within the due time. So no more things required. Even if you click advanced, there are many optional things are there. You can explore those all. But the mandatory thing, topic on the discussion, then the message for the student. So I post to the forum. So this is the information for the student. So up to 30 minutes, I can edit. Even as a teacher, I can edit up to 30 minutes, not more than that. So within 30 minutes, if I want to change the announcement, I can change it. After 30 minutes, it's not possible to edit. Only I can remove it. So here, task 0 discussion given. As a student, if you logged in, you can get the message, complete quiz 0 within due time. Here I have the option to reply, but if you look as a student, you don't have. You can check it. Okay, come to again the second forum, question and answer. I just told you to put all your questions here. Put all your questions here. It is optional activity. I mean, in our webinar, you can manually complete this activity. Okay, what about the completion of activity? Here you can see at the end of this activities display, you have the small square box with tick mark. If you completed the activity, it automatically made it tick. If not, it will display like this. So if it is dotted line square, you are not able to manually complete the activity. So you have to do the activity to complete it. But in the second question and answer, I made it optional. So it is allow you to complete the activity manually. For example, if you click this square box, it is allowing you to complete this activity manually. So this is the two difference of only two different icons here in the every topic and every end of the activity. You have a square box. Again, I'm repeating, if it's a dotted line, you are not allowed to complete particular activity manually. You have to do the activity. But if it is a continuous square box, then you can complete this activity even without looking it. Manually, you can just click this. If you don't have any question to post, still, because we fix all the activities to be mandatory to complete to generate the certificate. So I come to the end of the session, how to do this. But still, I'm just briefing you here. You have to complete all the activities. You have to access all the resources in this whole 3 days to generate the particular certificate. So that some of them is optional. You can complete this manually. Some of the activities are mandatory. You have to complete it. So I hope I explained. So here, first one I told you, announcement, you have to look. That's it, nothing more. If you looked it, announcement, activity will automatically complete. Then each person post one discussion. So this settings, I gave the description here. Post your comments here. So you have to post at least one comment and one reply. So it is mandatory to post from you at least one comment and one reply. So this is what we forced here. So that's why it is not complete square, it is dotted line square. You have to do this to complete this activity. So this is the nature of the activity. I'm taking much time here to explain you because it is there in the throughout whole course. You can see this. So whenever you have the activity or if you have any link, see, it is a test live class environment. You can complete this activity manually. Even some of you may attend the live class, some of you may not. If I provided any live class, you may absent and you may complete this activity. But this answer the quiz 0, I made it mandatory for all of you. So you have to complete this quiz activity so that this will mark tick. It can't be done manually. So the quiz activity we framed here. Now I just started with the activity, then we will move to the resources. Again, I will show the activity and resources page. As I told you, we just only looked this forum activity and its related limitations. There are many activities given here. Below, there are few resources: book, file, folder, IMS content package, label and page and URL. So these are the sources defined in Moodle. So you can include any one of them or all of them in your course page. So this we will discuss tomorrow session. Now just I showed you activities and the term resources are the two valid terms we are using throughout this Moodle session. Hope the second session is given here. Course of creation of course and student profile and teacher profile. Hope we completed. The third session, enroll the students in the course and with the basic content. We again completed this also. Enrolled the students, one student as a sample I enrolled. Then in the course, what are the basic content? Either text or some link has to be given for the text as a URL. Then include some images, then video, then audio, and directly you can include some voice note, and directly if you have a access or if you have a webcam or a laptop with camera, then you can directly add your videos there in the Moodle page. So these are all the basic features I explained. So the task, we are at end of the day one. The task is here the same I just stated. Create a user for your own profile as a teacher. You already have admin privileges, so this I instructed to this 193 participants, those who already have a valid Genomio or Moodle Cloud account. You have to start this activity today. What I did, by looking this recorded video, we will update it and we will share the information through email to you. Then start this activity. If you have a doubt, then you can just look the video what I just demonstrated. If you have any query more than that, just put a question in question and answer session. Hopefully, as early as possible, we will answer your queries. Then create your own profile, the real data with the real data as a teacher. Then create 3 user profile for the students. The student details will be sent through email. So after the session, I will send the student details to you. I request all of you to be a part of this peer-to-peer teaching, sorry, learning, so not teaching, peer-to-peer learning. So how the courses are designed in others environment, how the limitations are framed for you as a student. So I request you all to part of it, because we are sharing your real-time email id to the participant. I mean, one participant will get 2 student ID, the real-time ID. So you can send the email to the particular student so that they will access the course content once you completely created the course content. It is not mandatory to complete this today itself, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So once you completed the course content, then for those 2 students which you get the email from me, for them you have to send an email to access your course page. So this is what the request from our side. If you have anything to tell, you can send the email to the official email id. I'm not interested to be a part of it. If you feel you are not ready to share the personal email id to any participant, then still you have the option to deny this peer-to-peer learning. So until today evening, you can deny this through email to the official communication. So then we will not share your email id to others. So this we will recommend you for peer-to-peer learning, so that you can learn something extra from the Moodle course page created by one of your peer. So this is what our expectation. If you want to be a part, then we will send your email id to others. If you don't want, just respond to me or the official email id, then we will not share your email ids to others. within 5 p.m. please. Okay, then create a course on any one of the features of Moodle. It's highly recommended. Don't create in your specialization. So you have to create a course in Moodle feature, any one of the Moodle feature. It could be even you are a very beginner in Moodle, it doesn't matter. Just in search in, you just copy paste the content from the internet. You have to create a Moodle related course. It could be any one of the activity, it could be any one of the resource in the list you can explore, it could be one of the privileges about the admin, anything, but it must be related with Moodle. It is the activity. Okay, so don't create any other courses, so that you will not get any mark for this. Mark in the sense, mark is not the right word, you will not get any grade for this particular activity. So I hope you understand. The third one, as an admin, you have to create the course which should be the features of Moodle. No other courses will be accepted. Then, as a teacher, enroll the created 3 students in your course. This is again your role only, but you have to log in as a teacher which you created in your own profile. Then you have to include those 3 students in your particular course page which you are creating. For your information, in this 3 student, one of them is me. So remaining 2 student is from the other participant. So anyway, even you restricted email sharing with others, at least you have 1 student, that is me. So I will act as a student for you there in your course page. So hope you understand. So you will get 3 student email ID in the through email. From this, only 2 from the participant, 1 is myself. I am acting as a student for you for your own course. Then the next activity, create any one course content with text, image, voice, embedded YouTube video. We not covered embedded YouTube video. You can skip this embedded YouTube video. I will cover this in tomorrow's session. So at present, you just add text with URL link, image and voice note, and any video which you already have in your computer. Okay, keep the welcome message in the announcement. It means you have to add one forum activity which is an announcement. Then it remaining all optional. So here my request, and it is mandatory to keep everything which I provided as minimum. 3 student is minimum. Even you are not accepting the real data, you have to create 3 student with dummy data. And 1 teacher, it's mandatory. So these all mandatory numbers I am sharing with you. But it's optional to create many more for your extent. Because I'm telling you, those who are already familiar with Moodle, if you already created experience are there, then you can explore much more with huge numbers. Don't restrict with only this 1 or 2 things. Then after the enrollment of the student in the course, you have to send an email to the student so that the student can log in. Because what are the email content which I shared to you to log in for this course? The email content should be the course name and the student username and the password to log in your Moodle web page. So you are sharing the email which contains the course name and my username and password as a student. So that I can log in as a student for your Moodle environment and I can access the course, I can do the activity which you created. Then finally, as a student, because you are included as a student for some of you, but if you are not ready to share your email, so these 2 activities optional. Access course with provided login in the details and update the profile, learn the course content. So this is what we kept as optional as a student, because we may not force you all to be a part of peer-to-peer learning, and also I can't without your permission share your email to others, personal email ID to others. So that's why this as a student activity is optional, but admin and teacher activity is mandatory. It's dot. Now exactly we at end of the session 12:30 for you.